Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Good evening, guys. Good evening. Still miss my webcam. 1 second. I'm setting it up. I'm setting it up right now. Setting it up. Setting up my webcam. Setting up my webcam. I need to click on this, click on that, click on this. Pull this lever, avoid this trap. Jump over this bridge. Climb this one. Climb this, climb that. Push this. Pull this lever. Okay. Nearly there. Nearly there. No picture of the day? Pity. No picture of the day. Hello. Hi. Hi and welcome. Another evening together, developing the game that we like, the game that we love, the game that was never finished. What we're gonna do today? So we were, just to recap a bit of what we did in the last few days. Well, in the last few weeks, maybe. Well, we've been working on a dungeon, right? And in particular, we've been working on different things that we want to have in the secret dungeon, right? And the things that we want to have are chests and interactable doors and levers and secret passages and lights and traps on the floor or traps on the walls and such. And of all of this, we have made a few pieces, like the levers are now working and the secret passages are somehow working. Now, the point is that we want to link the secret passages with the talents. And the talents are... I have 2 times the same page? Yes, I do. I don't know why. And the talents are... these ones, all these ones. Okay, so by skill, when you rank up, you get at a certain rank a specific power, and those powers, some have to be developed and coded. Other powers are just part of our combat system, so they are already made. But specifically for secret doors, I was working on this one. I started to work on this one, which is the tech secrets, and which is different from detect uncommon, because the detect uncommon I think will be something different. But for now we go with the tech secret, because I wanted the dungeon to have at least one secret, right? And so what I did, I created a system that should allow us to to flag a secret in the map, but also to detect the secret, right? And so what I want to do, I basically want to test and understand where we are on that, because there is a special ability that has to be specifically triggered by... Okay, this one's saying 1 succeeded. Okay, 1 succeeded. I think I want to test it without debug for a second. without debug. The idea is that certain walls are flagged as secret, and when we activate the detect secret ability, I'm just wondering if we should give a message to the user to tell him that, I mean, there is the icon because we decided to implement it like a spell, right? So the actual so the result of activating the ability is basically a status icon on your spells, on your active spells window. Now in the future it can become something else. Okay, in the future can be maybe another window, I don't know, with the active abilities, or we can detect it and just change the UI a bit so that you know that you are searching for stuff. Also, I think that the ability should tell you that you cannot run. Now, actually, you know what? I didn't do the check on running at the moment. I didn't do the check on running. I didn't do the check on running. At the moment, I'm just... Okay, so this is basically a bit of the description, right? So, good evening, Ulla. Hello, Marcelo. It's like a never-ending story. What do you mean? You mean that it's taking too much time to do? I don't know. I mean, I cannot go faster than this. I'm sorry. So, I think here we should check if character is running in case detection doesn't work. I don't know exactly how to do that, but I think we have on our character the gate, because I think if I do get gate something, no, I think it's on character movement, or is on I think will be on character movement. Is this character an PSAC? Ah, wait. Get actual gate. Yes, I think that this one, I don't know what is the difference between get actual gate with get gate. Don't know what is the difference between get gate and get actual gate, but maybe we are going to check it. I don't know. There are two functions, get actual gate, get desired gate, but desired is the one that you want to reach, right? While what we care is the current one. Get actual gate is calculated by the actual movement of the character, so it can be different from the desired gate or the allowed gate. For instance, if the allowed gate becomes walking, the actual gate will still be running until the character accelerates to the walking speed. Okay, makes sense. But get gate, then what is it? Get gate doesn't exist here, but we add that. We add this. Where is this defined? I think we will use get actual gate. I think it's probably better. So if actual gate is different than, because get actual gate I think is returning an ALS gate, yes. So I think we will say if the current gate is different than good evening, Tony. Your intro reminded me of a never-ending story. So if it's different than walking, right? If it's different than walking, then we will just return and not do anything. So we just return and GG. Okay, we need to test this because what? It needs a parameter. Allowed gate. What? Why needs a parameter? Okay, then I didn't understand what this thing is doing. Because if allowed gate equal to sprinting, return sprinting. Otherwise, return running. If the speed is greater than lock walk speed plus 10, ELS gate is running. I don't know. I mean, why I need to pass this parameter? I mean, he's using this parameter to understand if you allow sprinting, it's used only in this piece, right? So if we pass in sprinting, I don't know, we can pass in walking, but okay, I don't know. I'm a bit surprised that I need to pass in a parameter to this one, but fine. I mean, it should be fine. It should be fine. It should be fine. Okay, so what we want to test? We want to test. Apart from the fact that my character is like running like a beast, but remember when we did the change for the speed? We were testing the speed and. So he's running like a beast. Oh, by the way, I think I'm locked into this. No! I locked myself in, boy.
So, what's new and exciting around here?
I locked myself in and I cannot get out because this lever is not opening it. This lever is not opening it. And I cannot slide myself. No, I cannot. Oh my god, I cannot slide myself because this sector is not valid for whatever reason. Okay. Okay. I can still teleport myself, but...
You expect me to believe that? Nah, I don't
Yes,
think so.
I cannot, really. But I can do this, look. I can teleport me... Wait. First of all, I think I have a trick. Because we have listed somewhere, right? All the positions. And I don't know if this one... This one is teleporting above or below. This one is teleporting in a stupid place. 940... 271... 5376. Let me see 1 second where this is bringing me, okay? It's bringing me in no place. Okay, let's try this. Let's try 200, 272, 243, 4859. Ah, I did it. Okay, so we can put it here. Okay, so there is the new vault area. A good one of the vault area. By the way, let me check if we fixed the problem of the collision. Yes, we did. Okay, now we can walk. Now we can actually walk in the stairs. There is still a bit of a... Yeah, there is a missing vertex here. We will have to fix, but it's not too problematic. It's okay. Okay, so this wall is flagged as a secret, right? So what we want to do... we want to activate our ability. Our ability at the moment is here, is detect secret doors. And I have it under intelligence at rank 180 at the moment. The reason is a carpet is purely random. I mean, it should not be a carpet, but... So if I activate this now, right? Okay. Okay, it worked. Ah! That's strange. There is a bit of a timing issue. I understand. There is a bit of a timing issue. Okay, let me try in another wall that is not a secret passage. This wall is not a secret passage, okay? So I enabled my thingy. I don't know why it's saying duration 0 seconds, because actually... Probably because we passed it in milliseconds. But you see that here it didn't detect anything, okay? It didn't detect anything. Now... Uh-oh. He's acting strangely. It seems that it didn't remove the collision. Because in theory, one thing it should do is to remove the collision on this object, right? I mean, it's one wall only, so in theory... I mean, it allowed me to go through, but it basically pushed me out. Like if on the server side, this is still blocked. or on my client is blocked, or there is something that is not working. Wait. That's kind of strange though, because it should have worked. It should have worked. It should have worked. Static mesh, set actor collision enabled to false, right? Set actor collision to false. So this is an Unreal Engine method, which is a base method, which is doing what we need in theory. I think we can show collision and see if this wall is still colliding. I think it seems to me that it's colliding, or on the server or on the client, but anyway it is colliding. The problem is that it's a perfect wall. We can see it here, because here we see the line. It's not removing the collision on my client. So it seems that it's removing the collision only on the server side. Why? Good question. Good question. Why? Broadcast secret door collision. We are doing a check of 15 meters. Now this check, I don't know if it's really you know what is the problem? The problem, wait, but I think this should be executed, because these people are so annoying, these bots spamming. Should I lock it to subscribe only? So annoying. Only subscribers can chat. I mean, I can do that, but these bots are super annoying. 1 second, let me try to do it. I mean, it's a pity, because I prefer people joining, you know, they can just chat, but if these are continuously spamming, maybe... how do I do that? I'm trying to understand where is it, but manage permissions. Manage permission. Okay, I cannot do it now. I don't know, I will do it another day, boys. Because there are, in the Google account setting and YouTube account setting, there are like 1 million settings, and it's impossible to find the ones that you want. Okay, so no, let me check this. Mistakes were made. Okay. Yeah, there was a mistake. It was not replicated. This call was not replicated. Okay, good. So I think that now potentially. So the collision was removed only server side, and it is because the collision is actually not replicated by default. Don't ask me why, but that's the way it is. And so if you want to have, let me also compile with the walking and running thingy, so we can also do that check. The other problem we have is that when the effect is about to expire, I'm still doing one detection, right? And so my thing is appearing one more time. The thing is appearing one more time. I have to think about that. I don't know exactly why, but basically what I'm doing is this. I start a timer for, you know, the secret passage checks, right? The secret passage check. This timer runs every 2 seconds, right? So every 2 seconds, this guy is doing the check. My ability lasts 10 seconds, right? So this thing is 2 seconds. My wall ability is lasting 10 seconds. Now, what I see that happens is that he's doing the check. He's doing the check, he's detecting the wall, he's placing the marker, and then the marker is going to be removed after 10 seconds as well. Then he's going through this, and for whatever reason, the marker goes away, but there is still one cycle of this that needs to happen. That's very strange, though. Wait. Maybe I know why. Because we do the check. I think if I think what happens is that the time has expired just after this is getting done. So they are basically expiring at the same time. So I basically reach. I think what happens is that I reach this check. So I'm here on the last one, right? And the ability is about to expire. Yes. They arrive at the same time. Let's say there is another one here, which is exactly when the 10 seconds are finishing, right? And this one is saying, please schedule another check. And so it's lasting 2 seconds more, right? So I think if the time is about to expire, we should, maybe with a difference of 1 second, I don't know, we should just avoid scheduling a new check. But that will still not work, huh? That will still not work. When I remove the 10, when I reach the 10, because when I reach the 10 seconds, I reach the 10 second of my ability, I stop doing the check on the timers. But when I reach the 10 seconds on the disappearance of the marker, because it's another thing, when I reach the disappearance of the marker after 10 seconds, what do? I call this. And I remove the door from the detected doors, from the detected secrets. Now what happens is that these two checks are basically happening at the same time, unfortunately. And so I remove the marker slightly before this check, and so this check is doing it again. That check is doing it again because the two events are separate. They are not the same timer, because there is a timer that runs on 10 seconds, a timer that runs on 2 seconds, and they are separate timers, right? It's not the same timer, because this one is the timer for the checks and this one is the timer of the duration of the ability. The problem is when this one is arriving slightly before the end of the ability. Slightly before the end of the ability. If that happens, this one is basically going to extend by 2 more seconds. Yes. Unless we... I think the only solution is to check before everything if the ability already expired. The problem is that I don't know because I'm inside another trigger. I don't know because I'm inside another trigger which is running separately. It's another timer which is running completely separate. I mean, I can do a check to see if the ability is still there or not, but I will have to basically sort through all the spells and see if my ability is actually on or off, but seems to be a total waste of time. Or another thing I can do. Another thing I can do is to keep this time also inside his checks. Yeah, maybe I can. Because at the moment my detect secret event is not keeping a reference on the ah no, we have it. Time to expire. Ah yes, we have it. We have it already. So we know. So we can say that because so basically I need to check if time to expire is what? If time to expire is less than if time to expire minus half a second, I think half a second will be enough. If time to expire plus half a second. No. If time to... What? If time to expires minus half a second is less than... if time to expire plus half a second is greater than the current time, right? So if it's going to expire in half a second from now, no, no. This is not the way to do it. If no. The opposite. If now, how do I get now? By the way, now is get time in seconds or something like that. This thing, yes. So if the current time plus half a second is greater than the time to expire, right? So now is 11:15, I don't know, it's 10:15 and 50. I add half a second, let's say half a minute, which is easier. And I check if that is greater than the time to expire. Yeah, so this means that we are very, very close, half a second away for the time to expire. So if that happens, we are not going to trigger the ability. So basically, we are actually reducing by half a second the ability duration time, I know. But this is helping us. I think it can even be smaller than that. Can even probably be 0.2. But let's do 0.5. And so this should avoid the double symbol. This should avoid a double symbol. Okay, let me recompile. Okay, that was quick. By the way, hello everyone that joined. Welcome to the stream. If you have any questions of any kind, please feel free to ask. If you have questions on the game, question on Unreal Engine, or if you just want to share, you know, what you are doing with Unreal Engine, that would be interesting as well. Okay. So this one is the wall. This is the wall, right? So now two things should happen. One is that if I do show collision, this line, this blue line, maybe you don't see it, it's too small, but this purple line should disappear when I enable my ability and I find the secret passage. Okay, it's not doing it. Why? Okay. The second thing is that when this goes away, it should not trigger again. Okay, so at least the trigger we fixed. But it seems that the collision is not getting updated for some reason. Why? So you see, I'm still colliding. Or not. Wait, there is a collision of this thing, huh? There is a collision of this box. So, wait a second. Hey, I'm still colliding. What I'm colliding? I'm colliding with the... Okay. So, no, I think it's good. I'm colliding with the step. Because there is a step here. But this means that if I do this, that there is no step and no debris, I should just go through without issues. Yes, I think I do. Yeah, there is a kind of a step here, that's why. There is a step on the... Okay. So I think it works. I think it works now. I don't know why the collision doesn't get updated though. Because this should get updated, I think. No? That's very strange. Let me try to show collision after it appears. Yes. It's the show collision that is not updated. You see that now there is no blue line? So it's the show collision that is not getting updated if the collision changes on the client. Okay, perfect. Okay, the other test we want to do is if my character is not detecting passages, if he's running. Okay, now the problem is that my character is moving super quick, so we need to fix that. Otherwise, well, I can... Because I think it's based on the speed. I can try to activate and do this. The problem is that it's done every 2 seconds, so I may be, you know. But in theory, it should never detect it because I'm running. Sorry for the dizziness, but I had to test this. Okay, now we'll do the same, but I will be walking. Okay, I will be walking. In theory, I'm in walk mode now. Yes. I mean, the speed is the same because, but I'm in walk mode now. Okay. The speed is the same for reasons that is a bit long to explain. But yes, it seems that it's working. Let me try again. Now I'm running. Actually, I'm sprinting, so it's more than... It worked anyway. Why? I don't know. You will test it, boys. You will test it. But anyway, I mean, the check is there. I just don't know if it works all the time. We should probably go back to a character that is actually... I don't know if he's considering the real speed or the actual speed. I think he's considering the actual speed. So like if I bump into the wall, even if I'm running, and then I stop, at that time it's finding the... But basically the point is that if you are running all around, you should not... Okay, let's slow down this character. Otherwise I cannot redo the test. To slow down this character to a normal value again, we should change race info. Because in race info is where we keep the speed for all the characters. In our Kleros female or Klyros female, yeah, you see, has a speed of 1000, 2000, 3000. So that is the crazy speed that we tested just for, right? So let me bring it back to a normal value. And let me try again. So basically, when you detect the secret, you get the marker, and you can go through the wall. Right? So you can just go through it. It doesn't disappear. I mean, we could have it that it disappears maybe in the future, but it's okay. I mean, for now it's okay. Will be nice to have maybe a dissolve, you know, a dissolve effect or something. But for now it's fine. So at the moment, I am running. Right, this is my normal running speed. If I do this, I'm walking. If I do this, I'm sprinting. So what we want to see if the character is running, and I activate my detect secret ability, right? If he's detecting the thingy. In theory, he should not detect it. And it seems he's not detecting it. So it seems to be good. Now, if I'm walking instead of running, if I'm walking instead of running, yeah, it's a bit annoying because I actually detected it, but I think it's because you are never because you see my face was in this direction. So I think the only way to actually properly detect it is to look somehow at the wall. Let me try again by running. Now if I stop, it's not based on actual speed though. Because my gate is actually running now, but I was basically standing still. So if I stand still, no, if I stand still, it's detecting it. Even if I'm running, but I need to stand still. So yes, it's based on actual speed. But if I'm pushing on the wall, so like my character is trying to run, but he cannot. Is detecting it anyway. Okay. So it's based on actual speed, which is very good. I think it's exactly the way we wanted it, right? It's exactly the way we wanted it. Okay, nice. So I think it's working. I can say that it's working. Now, what we need to test is that if it's working in multiplayer. Okay, this guy continues to spam. So YouTube streaming, disable chat. No, for guests. No, YouTube streaming. Enable chat for subscribers only. Subscribers only chatting is available for all streamers. Okay, nice. To activate the chat moderation function, streamer can go to the live control room and click on edit. Ah, the live control room. I never used it, but it's another smarter way. The live control room. Where the hell was that? The live control room. Is here, I found it. And click on edit. Okay. And under custom, I guess. I found it. Okay. So now in theory, only subscribers, only people that clicked on the subscribe, which by the way is free on YouTube, only the subscribers can chat. So in theory, those bots, unless they subscribe, maybe they will subscribe, but if they subscribe, then it's good. But unless they subscribe, they should not be able to speak anymore. Okay. Okay, so what I want to test it in multiplayer. In theory, everything should work because the way it is done, it is completely managed server side. Wow. Also, this guy is under the... He's behind the doors. This guy is also behind doors, but we can teleport him to us. Teleport... Okay, we teleported it to me. So we are 2 people now. Okay, so one guy... by the way, let me see if this other guy has the intelligence to actually scout or not. No, this guy does not. So this guy cannot detect secrets, right? So I guess if he tries to do it, he should not be allowed to. Yes, in fact he's saying you do not meet the requirements for this ability. Okay, perfect. Very nice. But if there is another guy, you know, like this guy that is able to detect secrets, he can detect secrets and this guy can go through. Ah, look at this, boys, look at this. Very nice. It works perfectly, I would say. It works perfectly. It works perfectly. Let me redeem a GG just because... GG! Okay, good. So, it works as expected. That is very nice. It also works in multiplayer. So, basically, if you have enough intelligence and you have the talent, you can now detect secret passages for other people. Now, you know what is the problem? The problem is the usual problem now with the secret passages, because you can lock this guy in places where he cannot get out, and that's super annoying. But I don't have a way around it. So let's say that this guy is now going through this, right? And he's finding himself in a room that has no exit. And this guy goes away. This guy is now locked and he cannot go through the secret passage anymore, right? Because he cannot enable the secret passage himself. So that's a problem. I don't know how we can solve this. I mean, one way could be to have secret passages know the direction. But I don't think it's that easy. But because let's assume that we have a level, right, with a bit of a maze or a puzzle or whatever, and there is a secret. So in theory, the secret could know. But it's not that easy. It's not that easy. Because the secret could know the direction, right? So it could say, if you enter here, you know, and if you enter here and if you go in that direction, this must be scouted. So from left to right must be scouted, but from right to left is always open. But for us, it's actually not very possible. Because actually, because we don't know the geometry that we are gonna face on the secret. The geometry can be a wall, you know, made like this, right? So this can be the geometry of our wall. So it can actually have 2 sides. Or our secret can even be 3 sides, right? This could be the secret. Or our secret could even have 4 sides. So in reality, you know, I mean, there could be a secret that is just a block, you know, a block of something in the middle of the room, that then you can go through it, and inside of it there is a chest, or there is an item, or there is something, or there is a mechanism, there is a lever. So we cannot predetermine what is in and what is out. And plus, the other problem is that anyway, when we remove the collision, we remove the collision for all. So this basically would mean that whoever is inside can remove the collision for the guy outside, right? And that is not good, because it's breaking a bit the pattern. Having a lever, yeah, having a lever will be the same thing. So you're basically allowing the guy that is inside to trigger the secret passage, right? But I mean, in my theory, in my idea, the secret passage is something that has to be triggered, right? So that the guy that knows how to do it can, but others people cannot. Now at the moment it's just going through a wall, but could be something harder than that, you know? At the moment it's just going through the wall, I understand, but no, I think I will leave it like this. I will leave it like this. There is the problem of getting stuck inside, but I hope that people will help each other, and if they don't, and they do it by purpose, you know, the GM can maybe move the guy, you know. But I'm sure it will happen, eh? I'm sure it will happen. We will have people locked inside places. Just maybe because the other guy disconnects or whatever. We will have people locked if we do it. I mean, we can design the dungeon in a way that, you know, if there is a secret passage, there is always an exit, but the problem is, so yeah, a bit like you are saying. Now you're saying there is a lever that makes you exit, but not that way, another way, right? So let's say that this dungeon continues, right? But at the end of this dungeon, yes, there is a lever, and this is allowing everyone to go out, right? So if we always have, you know, a way out, which is an easy way out, then we can fix this problem. The fact is that secret passages will probably be really inside, you know, the dungeon. So I don't think I can do that all the time. I can do it sometimes, but not all the time. Teleporting at the beginning? No, teleporting is so out of character. I mean, unless it's a spell, but teleporting is so bad if it's not a spell. I mean, we cannot take a person and boom, you know, transfer them in, unless there is a magical effect on the ground or something. Yeah, there could be a magical thing that allows you to go somewhere, but I mean, why someone would have done that, you know? Why any wizard would spend, you know, the permanency spells to make permanent something that actually is doing nothing for him. So just bringing people back to the beginning after they enter A secret dungeon? No. It makes no sense. That makes no sense. So it will. Now I think for now we will remain like this, and we will see how it plays out. Maybe if it becomes too annoying, we'll find another way. But now secret passages will be fairly static, right, at the moment, in the sense that I design this dungeon and the secret passage is flagged there. But in the future, not now, but in the future, we may be able to generate dungeons. Okay, so the idea is that tribes may dig into the land and generate dungeons, and maybe the tribes, so the NPC can also create secret passages, right? So if they do, then it will be a bit more interesting, you know. I mean, the replayability will be higher, because at the moment the replayability is that the puzzle is the same, right? The puzzle is the same, but the loot may change and the monsters may change, right? But unfortunately the puzzle at the moment is static. So when you know how to enable it once, you know how to enable it all the time, right? Including secrets and other stuff, right? Yeah, the secret is showing only on the side where you detected it. So if you go through, you don't see the symbol here. But I don't have an easy way to do that. Okay, I think that this functionality, I mean, we can consider it pretty much done. Speaking of secrets, listen to the music. That is Doom. These are exactly like the secrets of Doom, by the way. Very similar. Secret found. Where you were finding those millions weapons, you know, and super and 100% armor. Doom secrets, level 1. These are all the secrets, huh? Which one are the secrets? The secrets are the secrets, I think, are the orange ones. Yeah. Probably. Yeah, it is the same. It's exactly the same concept. It's exactly the same concept. Nearly identical. Nearly identical. For the one of you that are too young, Doom was a game, okay? Now, I think you know Doom because then they did so many sequels that you know Doom for sure. Yeah, Doom with all the mods. I remember all the mods of Doom 1. They were insane. It was so fun to play. It was incredible. Okay, so okay, so this one we did. Now, what do we do next? Well, we have few things to do on this one. which is basic. So a way to activate the ability is done. Timer event for checking is done. Visual indicator is done. Now, in theory, there is another thing that is to decide, you know, how much it lasts and if it should be random. Do you think it should be random or not? Meaning you search for secrets, okay? You search for secrets. At the moment, you have a 100% chance of finding it. 100% chance. So if the secret is there, you find it 100% of the time. Do you think we should have a percentage of chance? And do you think that the percentage should be different based on your intelligence or any other ability, right? I mean, I think 100% is a bit annoying. I mean, it's a bit, not annoying. I mean, 100% is a bit stupid, being a secret passage, but at the same time, if it's not 100%, it will require a lot of dedication, right? Because you already don't know where is it. So it can be any wall, right? It can be any wall. It can be this wall, this wall, this wall, this wall, this wall, this wall, any wall. It can be any wall or even any pillar, any column, any freaking anything, you know? Any gate, any column. It can be this column, you know, that in the middle has something and you don't know. So it can be absolutely everything. Plus, you have a percentage. So, I mean, if the percentage is, I mean, even if it's just 60% or 70%, you know, it means that you will have to go through it, let's say, twice everywhere, you know, to actually be sure that there are no secret passages. I don't know, maybe it's fun, but I don't know. I think it's a bit of a grind then to, you know, check, 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 check. Check, 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 check. Check, 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 check. Well, actually, you can check the same wall 2 or 3 times. That's what you can do, right? So instead of doing the wall dungeon once and then the wall dungeon again, I think you can just stay here. You can just stay here. You know, instead of 2 seconds, you stay like 5 seconds. And so you checked it twice. I don't know, we can leave it at 100% for now because it's a new feature, but then we will have to decide, you know. We will have to decide. I just wanted to sit here 1 second. You will have to decide if you want to make it a bit harder, okay? I mean, for now it's easy also because the dungeon is super easy. And also people will, I mean, not all the people have, you know, the skill because it's very high on the intelligence. Now, I said 180, maybe we will change it, but okay. I think it is good reasoning. There is good reasoning. And let me try this one. This one is opening this, huh? But if I go in, I will never get out. Is it timed or not? No, it's not timed. There is this very big lever. Should we pull it or not? The door is still on, huh? This lever is doing nothing, boys, huh? What about this one, huh? I would like to open this door to reach the chest. Okay, so you get the feeling. You get the feeling. And maybe they can also be 2 ways, you know? They can be... you can go through this, going through the levers, or maybe there is a secret passage here, you know? And you go into the other room. Because if this is a secret passage, I can go directly into the other room, right? So yeah, it can be any combination of those things. Okay, good. I think this feature for now is good. I'm happy about it. I'm very happy about it. Okay, so we did this. We did a secret passage, and I think that is done. Now the next one, the next one will be trapped chest or trapped doors or trapped secret passages. No, trapped secret passages. No, I think a secret passage is available or not available. I think it's too cryptic to push yourself into walls in the first place. Doesn't sound fun. If the probabilities involved, I think would be boring. Okay. Yeah, I think we leave it 100% for now. And again, the secret passage, I think, is something extra, you know? I don't think that the secret passage will be required to complete the dungeon. Meaning, I don't know, if you are if it is a dungeon where you are searching a boss to kill or something, the secret passage will not be required, right? So the secret passage is something extra. So maybe there is some additional loot or some additional information or whatever, right? So it's not that you have to search it, right? But if you search it, like the example I made before, right? There are two ways to go to that chest. One is through a secret passage, and one is through the levers. So the levers is something that is the main way, and the secret passage is an extra way. So that is the way I'm thinking. That is the way I'm thinking to that. Then it will depend on how we design the level. Okay, anyway, let's move on. The next one I think will be traps. I have no idea how to do it, but it's usually the way we start and then we do it. So I'm confident we can do it. So traps. Traps, we said that we have 2 talents. If I remember right. No, we only have 1 talent to detect and remove traps. Right? We have 1 talent to detect and remove traps. Okay. Now, detecting traps is similar to detecting secret doors, with a difference that we may also detect on an object, okay, on a chest, for example. Maybe there is a small difference in the wall, like a crack of different color. Yeah, maybe the, you know, certain walls will be more recognizable. Yes. Maybe that will depend on level design, right? Yes, could be. So the difference with traps is that we may want to trap a chest, we may want to trap a door, we may want to trap a gate, but also we may want to trap the floor. Now, trapping the floor is very different from the other 3, because the other 3 is basically just checking on an item, and we can have the problem is I think they are 2 completely different cases, by the way. I think they are 2 completely different cases. The trap on an item and the trap on the floor, because the trap on the floor, you know, the trap on the floor we can already do with action, location, and proximity triggers, right? So we can already place something that is invisible or is visible, but as you want, and is doing damage to you. Then we can do it already. Now the difference is that you would like to disable it. Wow. that you would like to disable it. Wow. So the case is that I have a corridor, or let's say that I have this stair, and on this stair there is a trap in the middle, right? That I don't see, but it's there. Like I press something with my feet, and boom, it triggers, right? Now today I can already place a proximity trigger, an action location here, based on what? Based on coordinates. Based on coordinates. Yes, based on coordinates. I can do it already. The problem is that the action location doesn't have... This one, for example, right? Ingots of fire. Ingots of fire is a good example of that. I think we can... let me duplicate this line. Can I duplicate it or... Perfect. So this one will be... let's see, we are missing 17 for whatever reason. We can go 17. We're also missing 9. We can go 9. So this will be fire trap. Let's call it fire trap for a second, okay? Fire trap, it will be for now in La Plaza. Will not be based on mesh. Will not be based on polygon. It will be based on position and radius, right? So basically in the middle of this stair, let's say here, so if I do /pause, 49,630, 49,630. Yeah, I could also do it, by the way, I could also do it in game if but I don't know if it will work. Yeah, it will work. Yeah, I think it will work. Wait, let me do this. Delete. No, cancel. I can do it in game because we have a window that actually does that. So if I go to actions, the problem is that we are in a null sector. Fuck. We need to define this place as a sector, otherwise we cannot do anything. We cannot do anything in game. I can still add a new, but if I click on add new, I can put it all manual. Yeah, it's basically the same as entering the database. The difference is that I can right click. Okay, GG. If you are not in a valid sector, the server is crashing. Should not do it though. Let me see the crash. Because in theory, we should not crash, huh? I'm pretty sure it crashed on null sector. Yeah, exactly. Action manager 394. Action manager 394. Yes. So if the sector is not valid, if the sector is not valid, we need to send a message to the client and quit. I don't want the server to crash, basically. Okay. So we will send a message like cannot create this was inside the handle list, by the way. Let's say cannot no, let's say invalid sector while accessing while this message, by the way, is only for game masters because no one else can do this, I guess. Right, you see that if we are less than level 9 anyway, the access is denied. So this message is a bit cryptic to a player, but it's very, you know, understandable to a GM. So I think it's okay. Let me see if we have the same mistake in other places. Well, in theory, no, I think it should be okay. But we need to define a sector there. Eh? We cannot stay without a sector. We cannot stay without a sector. So I think I need to go. I mean, why we don't have a sector there? I mean, I understand we are at the bottom of the map, but we don't have a sector there. Also in production. Now it will be better to have a sector because we can then operate normally in that area. Yes, also in production. No, we need to define. I don't know how to call it, but we will have to call it somehow. We can call it Southwest Idla or something. I don't know. We need to give a name to that sector, but it has to be covered. Otherwise, I mean, actually, all the places in game should be covered by a sector. The problem is at the moment we are covering only the places where we put something. Which are all of those, but we are not covering the rest. So we need to check that. Blueprints, maps. So the area is this one. I mean, we can even call it by... What the fuck? Nice. We managed to crash the... We managed to crash the editor, eh? What did I click? I clicked something... I wanted to click on focus selected, but I clicked on the one below it. And I don't know what I clicked, but I will not click it again. Sometimes seeing the editor crash makes me smile because, I mean, we are not the only ones to have bugs, you know. I feel like I'm not alone. So I did this, I clicked on whatever, and then instead of doing focus selected, I did go here. Wow. Go here can crash the engine, can crash the editor, really? Wow. Interesting. Okay, so yes, this wall sector, sorry for the spoiler because you will see the map from the top, but I don't have another way. You only see a piece of it, by the way. Yeah, also only this piece. This wall thing, I think this wall thing needs to become a sector, right? And we can even call it 0704 if we want. Yes, maybe yes. Because in this area there is really not something special. I mean, there will be a village and there is our secret dungeon. There are these towers and fortress, but it doesn't really have a name. I mean, this thing is a bit in the middle of nowhere, so I think we can call it west of Idla and then 0704 or something like that. Okay. The only thing I need the coordinates of this guy. I need the bounding box of this guy. So I need to know I need to know the coordinates of this border. And this one is 0 and then 381,000 because they are all multiples, you know, they are all multiples of the same number. So 300, yes, 381. So okay, so let's create a new sector. This sector, I will put it in our migration schema. So this sector will be a real sector. Also in production. Wow. Okay, it will be here. So this will be west, high west. We can call it something high west 0704. I think it, yeah, so 0704 are the coordinates on the world map, and right. So the point is that I need to duplicate. I mean, there is a lot of stuff that I need to define for a sector, unfortunately, but let me try to duplicate this. Can we go 203, or there is already a 203 somewhere? No. So 203. Okay, perfect. I think we can stay lowercase. And we can go high west. Rain enabled, yes. Snow enabled, yes. Fog enabled, yes. Rain gaps and rain fade and lightning and snow. All of this I will leave it default. I don't care at the moment. Collide objects 0. Non-transient object 1. Why collide object 0? Collide object 1. I mean, the default. I don't know what is the default is 0. Non-transient 1, say range is not different. We don't use that. That sector. It should be empty, so it goes by default. No! It deleted the row. Fuck. Okay. If you press delete, it's deleting the row instead of deleting the field. Fuck. Okay. Anyway, I didn't do much. So we said not resident be at 1. Say range, we don't care. No, I wanted to say that the dead sector should be empty, so it gets to the default one. And the dead coordinate should be empty, so it gets to the default one. And teleporting sector enable. I think we don't even use it because it's no. I see it's no everywhere, but in reality, yes and yes. God name. I have no idea which god is in this particular area. Let's say me. I mean, let's say Talad. Okay, sector coordinates. This is the one that we wanted to put in. So the sector coordinates are 0 minus 380,000, 0 minus 381,000, right? And the bottom here, which is 127,000, 127,000 positive, and minus 254,000. Okay, minus 254,000. Okay. The safe location for this sector, good point. The safe location of this sector, I think it will be like... I think it will be like there. I don't know, we can put it on the road. Any place on the road. This place is perfect. We can take this, whatever it is. So the safe location will be this, comma, this, comma, this. The safe location is the place where players go if they go out of the boundaries of the level and they basically go into an invalid position. The priority of this guy, being a square sector, it should be 1. Being a square sector without subsectors, yeah, it should be 1. Then we need to define the music and everything, and okay, the background noises. I mean, a new sector is always a bit of a mess, but for now, no. What happened? I only want this line, please. Yes. Okay. So this line in our migration script will create this sector automatically now, which is nice. To see if it works, we are gonna do it in our planeshift.sectors. Okay, it's been added. So now if I restart the game. Now if I restart the game. Now this sector will be loaded, and so basically what we are saying is that all that part of the map has a name and it has certain characteristics, like weather characteristics, so it may rain, snow, yes or no, and it may have a specific god associated to that area. And it may have a specific, safe location. It can have specific music, ambient music, background music, or anything else. So this is the way we manage the separation or the split of the world in different pieces. And we had to do it manually somehow because Unreal Engine doesn't have an automatic way of doing this. I mean, a streaming level is not really, you know, by default a sector. I mean, it's not like our sector, it's slightly different. Okay, so we are here. Now, if I do /pause, hopefully, yes, we are in sector High West 0704. So now the sector is recognized. So now that the sector is recognized, I can go back doing what I wanted to do. Window, show GM. Window GM show. I always put it in the opposite. Okay, so now if I want to create a new action location, yeah, you see, if I right click, this window is automatically creating it for me. Right? And the name will be Fire Trap. Right? Will be Fire Trap, is in this sector. The mesh will leave it empty. The polygon will leave it empty. The radius I think can be something like 5 meters. Instance we don't care. Position is this one. Okay, now the trigger will be proximity and the type will be script. Now, I think we can do the same effect just to avoid going crazy on creating a new effect now, but we can just copy the one that we have in these fire ingots that I was trying to copy. This one. So this one is proximity script. Ah, okay, it's just calling a script directly. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. I think it's fine. Fire damage. Fire damage. Now the problem, you know what will be the problem? So if I can save this. I can save this. I said 5 meters, huh? I can save this and I can reload the cache. Now I think he didn't like it. I think I never did it through that UI. So probably there is a bug in the UI, I guess. Let me see. PS action location. Yeah, it is probably a bug. PS action location 750. But it's good if we fix it, because anyway, we may need it in the future, so it's good if we fix it. It's not, I mean, it's good time spent. 760. We crashed here, why? Setup container. Setup container. What do you mean setup container? I didn't use, I mean, I didn't have this syntax, right? I didn't. So I was not using this syntax. I have no idea why we arrived here. Okay, let's test it. So at least we fixed this bug. I think the code is thinking that I'm not. I mean, the code is thinking that I'm using an XML format, but in this case, I'm just using the name of the script that I want to call when the player is in 5 meters range of that particular point. And I think he's wrongly assuming that is an XML, and then he's failing because he cannot parse it or something like this. So we run it in debug mode, and And we will see what is the bug. Takes a bit more for the server to go up in debug mode, so we need to wait a bit more. I think it's not up yet. It's reading the... so the action location was actually saved. Yes, I think it was. Let me see. No, it was not. It was not saved. No, it was not saved. It was not saved. I don't know why we are going through this setup container all the time. Well, in this case we have a tag container, so yes, in this case is... Yes, all these cases are actual containers, so it makes sense. Let me try to do it again, and we see... And we see why it's failing. Maybe it's failing because I have the polygon at 0. Radius 5, radius 4. Proximity script. Fire damage, whatever was the name. Now, saving is not giving a problem. Even if, I mean, even if it seems that it didn't save it, so... it didn't save it, boys, so I think there is another problem as well. Try to create an action location without the mandatory parameters. You see, it's not... Trying to create an action location without the mandatory parameters. Fire trap... okay. Okay, let me see. So it cannot create it for some reason. So we go through this. The mesh name cannot be empty? What do you mean the mesh name cannot be empty? Why? Name, sector and mesh? No, but mesh... why mesh? No, I don't understand. There can be action location without mesh. Why we don't allow the creation? Why we don't allow the creation? If mesh name is empty, I don't understand. I think this thing should be removed. This check should be removed. I don't understand why. Or we were passing like a -1. It's possible that we were passing a -1 if it was empty. I don't understand why is asking a mesh name by default. I don't understand. Okay. I think I can skip that check. I will skip that check. I mean, I don't understand why. I don't understand why. I don't understand why. I mean, this is the old code, so probably we were not allowing GMs to create action locations in places where. Strange, though. What is the name? Fire damage. Fire damage. I will skip this check. Okay, and see if he's saving it to the database properly. No, he didn't. He definitely didn't. He crashed? No, he shut down. The server decided to shut down by himself. What the hell? No, it actually crashed. He crashed on... mesh name cannot be null. What the fuck? Mesh name cannot be null on the database. And it is because it's not null, is empty. Oh my god. Okay, I will sort that out another day. I will sort that out another day. Okay, I think that we need to pass like a -1 and save it somehow. I don't care. I mean, GG. I don't want to deal with that now. I have zero interest in dealing with that now. So we will just do it manually for now, and then I will fix that another day. The problem is the position. Fuck it. The problem is the position. Fuck. Shit. Boys. Yeah, so I'm trying just to set up, you know, the trap so that we can then use it in our testing. I still don't know exactly how I want to do it though, because yes, we can have an invisible trap. Now, the question is, if the trap is invisible, do we want the player to be able to detect it and disable it? And if yes, how we can detect something that is actually invisible even for the engine? So we create a mesh on the fly. We can create a mesh on the fly. I mean, a mesh that symbolize the I don't know. I hope these coordinates are correct, but they look like they do. Position instance. What is this number? Okay, -1, let's say. Radius 4. Proximity script. Fire damage. Yes. Okay, we will save it like this. So now we have our fire traps set. So if I move, so in theory, right? If I move here and then I quit, I would try to reload it, but it looked like it was not possible. I mean, it was crashing on something else, so I don't know why. Yeah, that part of dynamic action locations is not tested at all. It was working in the old game, but in the new game we never tested it, and I don't want to do it now. So in theory, as soon as I walk up the stair, I should be taking damage. Okay, my current health is 1110 for whatever reason. Okay, you see, it went down. We went down and we took damage. And okay, there is no visual effect at the moment, but we could add a particle or something. So the trigger works, right? So now the problem is that there is basically an invisible collision, right? There is an invisible collision box that is not shown because it's not shown as we don't see overlaps. We don't see overlaps. Or if we see, there are too many lines and we will never see it. Okay. But anyway, we know that there is... we know that there is a box that we cannot see, but it's 4 meters of range, right? It's 4 meters of range. Somewhere here. And it's triggering the trap. Now... how can I detect it? Oh my god, I think it's impossible. Because that's an overlap. It's an overlap trigger, so... I cannot do it. Because I cannot really simulate... I mean, I could line trace something, but line tracing is not... well, I can sphere trace in a range, but I could sphere... can I sphere trace in a range? Can I use a sphere trace and see if there is my trap or what? How does it work, boys? So at the moment there is an invisible box that we don't see. Let's say that is here, okay. That is triggering the trap. We don't see it, but it's there. Now the question is, without moving into the trigger, how do I detect that the trigger is there? I think the only way would be to do a sphere trace, you know, in a certain location and see if that sphere is actually overlapping something. The problem is that I think that as soon as I do the sphere trace, that trap may trigger. I think the trap triggers only on pawn. It triggers only on pawn. By the way, the that trap triggers also for NPC. So if an NPC is going through it, it's going to take damage. So if you lure an NPC here, you can kill it by the trap. Yes. But anyway, apart from that, how the hell can I? There might be, there can be a way. The way could be that we yeah, but it's a bit expensive. It's a bit expensive in terms of, you know, calculations. But because we could, you know, we could basically search all action locations in range, I don't know, 15 meters. So we could scan all the action locations in range, in a kind of a 50 meters range. And then when we found, so if found, we display, I mean, we spawn a mesh. We spawn a temporary mesh, right? And the temporary mesh can be just an indicator or something. Can be an indicator that says that there is a trap there, right? The best would be if that is on the ground. The problem is that the trap is actually not connected to a mesh. So now we are on a stair, but it can be anywhere. That's not very easy. Because what can we spawn? What can we spawn as a mesh to indicate that there is a trap? If we spawn something that is too small, maybe fine. But if we spawn something that is bigger, it may make no sense in the... The best would be to spawn a sphere which is the same range. Yeah, so the best would be to have a kind of a sphere effect, whatever it is, that has the same range as the trap. But then can you click that sphere? If you could click that sphere, then you could try to disable it, right? If you could click that sphere, I don't know. How do people do it? Do people do it or not? Detect trap, video game, whatever. Is there a video game where you can detect a trap and disable it? Can you do it in WoW? Detect trap is a core rogue ability, learned at level 42. It allows rogue to find traps laid out by others. When paired with disarm trap, rogue becomes essential. Okay. Can you show me how you do it visually? I want to see how they do it. I need a video. How to disarm traps. How to disarm traps. Disarm trap, wait. Disarm trap, 20-yard range, 1 second cast, requires stealth. Disarm a hostile trap. Yeah, in this mess, how can people play this game? You cannot even understand what's going on. Where is the trap in this mess? Where is the trap in this mess? There are like 3,000 different numbers on the screen. Okay. There's a fight going on, but... Ah! There's this thing, huh? Is this thing? Yeah, so they spawn a mesh. They spawn a temporary mesh in the middle of the place where the trap is. And then they allow you to click on it. Yeah, like I was thinking. They allow you to click on it. So... Yeah. I think the only way to do it is this way. It's a bit expensive because it means that you have to search for all the traps around, you know, in a given range, and all the traps maybe... I mean, there can be a lot of traps, right? So maybe you go through, I don't know, 1,000 of them in the world. Because we don't have a way to restrict it in this location. Hello, Funner. What do you mean banking system sucks? You mean it is bugged or what? I mean our banking system, or we have a banking system in the game. Are you referring to that or to real life banks? Feels like progress, huh? I don't know if it feels like I mean, we are like... Hello, Divine Dev Studios. Hi. Thank you for the raid. Thank you for the raid, raiders. Hello. Hello. Oh, you didn't follow me yet. Ah. But it was very brave of you of clicking follow and showing it to me. Okay, but thank you for the follow. Real life banking system. Okay. Anyway, for all the people that are just joined, thank you for the raid and welcome, raiders. We are developing an MMO, and the MMO looks like this at the moment. So we have our character. We actually have multiple characters. Here we are inside a dungeon. We just implemented recently the possibility to activate levers, which is very nice with a sound. And we also have the ability to trigger levers that move specific gates. And really, like half an hour ago, we finished the ability to detect secret passages. So this wall is actually a solid wall, but if I activate my ability of detecting secret passages, I found a secret passage here, and incredibly enough I can go through the wall. Look at that. Look at that. There was a door here anyway. And but anyway, so yes, we are working a bit on, you know, functionalities of dungeons that we can use to make nice puzzles for our players, and things like that, right? And we are an old school MMO, meaning that this game has been created many years ago, and now we are porting it to Unreal Engine. That's basically in short what we do. We do it for fun. We don't do it commercially. We don't expect to, you know, gain a lot of money of this. So we do it really as a hobby, and we are doing it since a very long time. But yeah, the game is in a good state. I mean, we have a full inventory system, you know, working inventory system, and we have ability to fight, we have quest, we have NPC, we have pets, we have spells, what else? I don't know. We have dialogues, we have Buddies, friends, groups functionality, petition functionality, skills, and we are now implementing talents in our skill system. And in one of the talents, yes, was the secret passage, right? If you want to learn more about it, you can just go to our website, which is planeshift.it, and there you can find more information. Also, you can, you know, participate and help the development if you want. Okay, there was a brief introduction just for the people that just joined, so you have an idea what we are doing. Now, what I was doing, I was trying to get the traps working, right? And actually we have a trap which is placed on this stair, right? And the trap on this stair is triggered if I walk into it. So if you look at my health, when I walk into this, I'm taking damage, right? And you get a message, and whatever, in the future we can get a particle system or something that is, you know, or a sound like a ouch or something like that, right? Now what I was reasoning on is, okay, let's say that we have a trap here, right? The trap is actually invisible. That's the whole point of the trap, you know. But we would like players to be able to detect traps and to disable traps. Hello, Watchman83. Hi. Game development is pretty good. It's Google Translate. So if I answer, you don't understand. That's a problem, though. If I answer, you don't understand. Well, maybe you understand a bit, but you don't want to. You don't want to speak a lot. Development going great. We are working on making traps on the ground the player can detect and remove. Okay, this.
Rozwój idzie świetnie. Pracujemy nad stworzeniem pułapek na ziemi, które gracz może wykryć i usunąć.
Ah, fuck. Not Polish. Fuck. Check. Sorry. Okay, easy change. He's checking here. Sorry.
Vývoj jde skvěle, pracujeme na vytváření pastí na zemi, které hráč dokáže detekovat a odstranit.
Clear now? It's completely different than the Polish one, by the way. What is HRAC? I remember this word. What is this? HRAC. What is HRAC? Ah, player. That's why I know it. Okay, it's player. Okay, anyway, this is what we are doing. Okay, so now the question is, how do other games do it? And I was checking that the way other games do it is, and I was checking the World of Warcraft, right? The World of Warcraft thingy. So this is World of Warcraft, and the way they do it is basically that, yes, the trap is invisible, but when you activate the power, they show, now the quality is very low, but they show a mesh, you know, with a specific particle on it, and then obviously they allow you to click on it, right? So you see that she's disarming the traps. Is she searching for the traps or only... The speed is just ridiculous, by the way. The speed of the run is just ridiculous. Can we have another trap? Can we have another trap finding? But I think that's the way they do it, okay? So they basically scan around, and after they scan around, they see that the trap exists. So for us will be... thank you. Thank you, Watchman. So the point is that we can scan around us in a certain radius and search for traps. Now the question is, if I'm searching traps, should I also search traps on items? Or should be a separate skill? Like, if this door is trapped, right? If there is a trap on it, or if this lever is trapped, and I activate my search trap ability, do we want to search the one on the floor and the one on the items as well? But it's not very similar, right? I mean, it's not the same thing, because if I go items, then I will have to scan, you know, freaking everything around me all the time. I mean, there may be dozens of items on the ground, and I will have to scan every single item, like here, you know. I will have to scan every single item. I don't think it's a great idea. We can keep it separate, maybe, you know. We can have two functions, like detect traps on the surrounding and detect traps on a specific item. I think from the player perspective, it's kind of stupid though, because the player will say, why? Let me just detect traps everywhere. Why I need to... I think you know what is the difference. The difference is that a trap on a mechanism must be studied more closely than a trap on the ground, but it's a bit of a weak argument. But at the moment is the only argument I have. At the moment is the only argument I have. So should that be should it be two separate abilities? Two separate abilities. Because for the items, I think we already did something like that. So we have I don't know if it's in PS item or if it's in slot manager. Probably is in slot manager. Probably is in slot manager. No, it's not in slot manager. Where is the list of all the what is the list of all the interaction thingies? Let me search for construct, and I will find it 100%. Yes, this guy. Right, so these are all the actions that you can have. All the action that you can have on an object. I mean, being a player or being something else. So we can add here at the bottom detect trap, right? something like detect trap and disarm trap. But detect trap and disarm trap will happen only if you have the ability, right? Only if you have the ability. So I think that we can have trap, detect, right? And trap remove. Now to enable this, so this will be for items, okay? This will be for items. Trap detect and trap remove. This will be for items. So this means that well, we need 2 new icons obviously and all of that. But this means that when I'm right clicking, because actually I can right click on stuff, right? I can right click on me and say hello. I can right click, you know, on an item that is on the ground. And so basically when we right click, the problem is the problem is that this object is not the same as this object, because this object is an interactable object that is only client side. This one is, well, it's only client side. Let's say the pop-up menu is generated only client side. This one is generated server side based on the capabilities of that item, right? Okay, let's try to recap the reasoning, because at the moment I'm just, you know, reasoning on the problem. So we have wait, is more complex than this, as usual, but it's okay. It's our job. We're gonna do it. Trap types. Okay, so the first trap type is a proximity trigger, right? Which we call action location in our language, but it's fine. You can call it proximity trigger. So a proximity trigger based on coordinates, okay? XYZ plus radius, okay? And this is the example that I was doing before. There is a trap on the stair, is based in a specific location, XYZ, and he has a radius, right? And the trap, when I step close to it, I get the damage and I can trigger something. Then the second type is a trap placed on a PS item actor. A PS item actor is basically a spawnable item, right? For example, a chest, right? For example, a chest. Now this one has certain code, you know, managing it. But we have another type, which is a trap placed on so in reality is like this. Okay, so trap placed on ground through proximity trigger, trap placed on a spawnable item, example a chest, and a trap placed on an interactable item, which for us is a bit different from the previous case, because example a lever or a door, right? Yes. So these three types require, unfortunately, different code and different logic. Different code and different logic. Because they are managed today, they are managed differently in the code, and also they are really different type of objects. Because this one is an interactable. This one is an interactable actor derived from a blueprint class, while this one on the ground is a PS item actor derived from PS item, right? Which is a C++ class. Now you may ask me, why the hell did you split them? I split them because it's long to explain, but because they are working differently. Let the pet do the job for you. That would be nice, but the pet will have the same problem, you know? The pet is like if we are a pet at the moment, right? It's like if we are a pet. Look. Now, what about now, Hola? We have the same problem. We are still searching for the trap. We are still searching for the trap. And I'm still taking damage if I go there. Yeah, it's not changing the height of the eyes. So actually I'm not looking through his eyes. I'm looking through the eyes of the previous character. But so the pet is exactly the same problem, right? The pet needs to find the traps on these three objects in a bit of a different way from the code perspective, unfortunately. So how do we do that? Okay, I mean, as long as we accept that we have to do it in three different ways, and I think we have no chance, so we have to accept this at the moment. We have no other possibility, because I cannot merge this so easily. I mean, it's really impossible. I mean, it's super hard to merge. I mean, it's not possible. It's not possible to merge these two, and merging these two. No, what I can do though, wait, I can merge these two cases. I mean, it's not exactly the same, but what I can say, what I'm thinking is that for the trap that is on the ground, whenever you are detecting it, I can spawn an interactable item as the trap placeholder, you know, and then we use the same technique for the... No, because the detection will spawn it. Okay, so let's try to improve this. So how do I detect? So to detect the one on the ground, the only way for us will be to do this, to search all action location in range, for example 15 meters. You found respawn a temporary mesh. Okay, so that is the thing. So the detect will be that, right? Yes. That will be the detect. Then the remove of the trap, will be right clicking on, you know, right click on the temporary mesh that we spawned, right? So we right click on the temp mesh, and then we just issue a remove trap or whatever command, right? Then remove trap icon. We can have an icon that at the moment doesn't exist, but Fanar is saying a lot of stuff. I want to say thanks to Planch for inspiring me to list attempt to get some information on my bank, which I haven't banked at in some years. I don't even have a working debit card, so I was being transferred to one operator to another, but I think I made some progress, but I have to wait until tomorrow before I can close my Okay. I mean, I don't know how it's related to me, but fine. Okay, so the remove will be right-clicking on the temp mesh and removing the trap icon. Okay, so this will be the detect, and this will be the remove. Now, for these two, I think that the detect and the remove will work similarly from the user perspective, but for us, will work kind of differently, because my problem with the interactable object, we can go in the editor and check. My problem with the interactable object is that I'm not generating the menu on the server side, right? No, actually, wait. Let me remember. Maybe we are, but we stay in blueprints. I think we are, but we stay in blueprints. Like the I don't remember exactly, but so the from the interactable object, right? For example, the sliding door, right? From the interactable object, we call the request. Actually, we do it on the father object. Yes, we do it on the request toggle, exactly. So we do the request toggle. The request toggle is going on the PS character and is doing toggle interactable actor. Now here we don't really have a way. No. Before this. Before this is inside. Is inside keyboard. Yes, is here. Is this an interactable actor? Yes or no? Request toggle. You see, we do it in a simple way. We do it in the simplest way possible, but you know, I could we do it in the simplest way possible, because here basically this node is showing the interact window for the interactable, and for the interactable is at the moment is just what? Yes, at the moment is just showing the use button, nothing else. So in theory here we should say use, or if you have the skill and if that object is trapped. Oh fuck, I just realized that is impossible. is impossible, boys. Is impossible. Is impossible because is impossible because this item leaves without properties. So this item is, like we said yesterday or the other day, this item is this guy or this guy. And as we said, these guys have no properties, right? Because they are existing in the editor and they are super simple objects. Yes, they can trigger other objects, but you see, cannot use abilities. Fuck. Cannot use abilities. This is pretty bad though. Because this means that we cannot... I say because you inspire me to get off my ass and improve my life. Oh, that's good, man. I'm happy about that. Just do it! You should look when you... Where was that? You should look motivational speech, but just do it is pretty good. Just do it! This guy. This guy.
Do it!
Do it!
Just do it! Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it! Make your dreams come true! Just do it!
Understand? So this is very motivational, right? Just do it! Because there's a big income for the government, and I need to get some bank from me, I continue to get paid. Well, that's an important one. So you should absolutely do it. So sometimes, you know. So get your just do it video there. Just do it. Just freaking do it. Okay. I like how he use all his body, you know, when he's saying that. He's using all his body. Just do it. Okay. Okay, we have a problem. The problem is that we cannot use any abilities, meaning that these objects are super simple, right? And this means that we will not have a way to define which kind of trap it is. Because these objects do not have properties. That door that you have seen, the gate or the lever, does not have properties. The only thing that it knows is that it needs to trigger itself, and it knows what other objects it can trigger. But it's completely... I mean, it's an object that cannot contain other properties. So this is a problem. So if we want to trap... If you want to trap these objects, at the moment we cannot. We have to think to another way, but at the moment we cannot. Well, we can stick to these ones. We can say we do this too is already maybe enough, you know, is already good enough. It's a bit of a pity, but it's a bit of a pity. It makes me... I mean, I'm not happy about that. I would like to be able to do it here as well. Because a lot of these items will be doors, gates, levers, and things like that. So, or we define a very simple, very simple trap mechanic on them. So we add some very basic. Yeah, we could add some very basic properties on these objects. So, for example, on interactable actor, you know, at the moment we have a sound, we have an interact distance, we have a linked actor. We could have is trapped, right? We could have is trapped. Why not? We could have is trapped at this level of blueprint instead of a C++ code, and we could have a type of trap. We could have a type of trap. We could have a script. So we could have a script. Yeah, I think we can do it in a similar way. So we could say this. Look at this. Look at this. I think it's doable. It's doable. It's doable. Just do it. Just.
People dream of success while you're gonna wake up and work hard at it. Nothing is impossible. You.
Nothing is impossible. Okay. We're gonna do it. Okay, so I think why there is plane shift and plane shift? What the fuck? Because they are actually spelled differently for some reason. I mean, one with the space and the other with not with the space, but at the end they end up in the same bucket. Because Real Engine is capitalizing that. Okay, anyway, who cares? Yeah, I think I found a way. I mean, in the sense that we define this. It's true that they have no properties, right? They can just have. In reality, is not true. I mean, in this case, they have no DB properties, right? So no properties, I think, is incorrect. I think no properties is incorrect. The way it is no DB properties. So no properties that are coming from the database, because these are not associated to a database object, right? So it's no DB properties. Is not DB properties, but they can have local properties. So no DB properties, but BP properties, right? So properties just sit in the blueprint. That we can have, no problem. No problem. There is not an issue. And so it's the same for these guys. Can I use abilities? The logic resides in the BP. The logic set is fixed. No DB properties, but BP properties. I mean, it's a bit of a complex thing to read, but so actually, if I put only for traps, okay, so we are gonna do it only for traps. If I put specific ones for traps, and I say, is traps yes or no, and what is the trap script? In theory, I could trigger the same fire trap, right? I can trigger the same thing, exactly the same. So I can say fire damage, right? I can say fire damage, and I can say trapped yes. Now this variable can also be useful to us Can also be useful to us when we actually disable the trap, because we can turn it off, right? Because we can turn it off. But I think we need the same variable also on the DB items. Okay, this is good though. Huh? This is good. I like it. This is good. I like it. So I think it's possible. I think it's possible. So the way to detect, oops, not direct but detect. The way to detect the trap, you know, for us will be to check the this is trap boolean, right? And for the player will be to just right click on the object, so that will be super easy for him. So we have to check the trap boolean on, you know, on this piece of code. We have to check yes. That would be very easy. Now, can we trigger the trap programmatically? I mean, can we set the trap programmatically? Because in theory, it could also be a function which is create a trap or place trap, right? But at the moment, we are not considering that. At the moment, we are not creating traps. At the moment, we are just detecting traps. So I can set a trap on an object and the problem is that the trap, what can the trap do? The trap can prevent you from using the object, or the trap just gives you gives damage, but then you can use the object. I think we need another property. We need a is trapped, and we need wait, and we need is blocking use. Is the trap blocking use? So meaning, if there is a trap, right, is this trap blocking the usage or not? So are we just running the script and nothing else, or we are also blocking the usage of the trap, right? Okay, that's very good. That is what we need, I guess. This is what we need. Okay. So now I'm trying to do something in the blueprint that makes these objects that are different from the others similar to case number 3. Okay, so I'm trying to make case number 2 similar, so from the player perspective there would be no difference, but obviously from the code perspective it will be completely different, because in this case we are checking a boolean on the blueprint, while here we'll probably be checking a property in C++ on PS item actor, right? So it's very, very different kind of thing. But basically, I mean, can the script determine if is a blocking trap or not? That would be very interesting. If it's the script that is coming back with that, but I don't know. I think I need to save this one. I think I need to save this one. Object interaction 6. Okay. Okay, so when we are in the here, we get the selected object, which in our case is an interactable actor. Now here we are passing a generic actor, but we need to cast it to interactable. Interactable actor, yes. So we need to cast it to interactable actor, because if it is, I mean, obviously it is, because if he came here is an interactable actor, so there is no way. I mean, for sure it is. So I can even put this before everything, because it is. But I need it as an interactable actor because I need to call it specific properties, right? So if he's trapped, then but it is a good question, boys. I have a question for you. Do we want to tell the player that there is a trap by popping up the menu for checking for traps, or not? Because, you know, basically the player will right click on the lever. So let's assume that he's right clicking on a lever, right? And we don't have a lever picture here, but I can get it from here. Okay, so he's right clicking on this, and when he's right clicking on this, he can get a menu which is just saying which is always saying detect trap, remove trap, or he can do it only if there is a trap. The problem is that if there is a trap, then he knows, right? So we cannot do it really. So we have to always show. So even if he's not trapped, we always need to show. We always need to show the search for traps or detect traps, right? Otherwise, he will know that it is a trap. But we need to do it only if our player has the skill. How do we know if our player has the skill? Good question. Good question. So it is an interactable actor. Okay, so let me get... So button 4. Button 4, what is it? This one? Okay, let's do a button 6, which is on the other side, okay? Let's do a button 6. So button 6... Button 6... Button 6 will be search traps. Do you want to call it search or do you want to call it detect? I think search is nicer. So this will go for search traps UI, okay? In search traps. So this button will be always present. But we need to, before this, we need to check if the guy has the right skill to do it. Because if he doesn't have the skill, I think it doesn't make any sense to show it, right? I mean, why we should show the button if he cannot do it? So how do we know that he has the talent? Well, first of all, we need to create the talent, because the talent doesn't exist. This ability doesn't exist yet. So we need and by the way, I didn't add it here. Fuck. Okay, I will have to add it there as well. One thing at a time. One thing at a time. So we go under what? We go under skills abilities, okay? Skills abilities. Okay, skills abilities. And in the same way that we did detect secrets, it's strange that I didn't put it in the script, huh? But I didn't, huh? I didn't. Because detect is not finding anything, so we didn't put it in the script. Okay, fuck it. Let me duplicate this one. So we go 261, and this will be detect traps, okay? Detect traps. Now detect traps will be on the floor or on the object. Yeah, the ability will be the same. The ability will be the same. No, actually we said even more. We said that detect and remove trap is the same ability. So detect and remove traps is the same ability. It's based on intelligence. And I don't know, it's 150. We will decide. Activating this ability, you can... Yeah, this one needs to be explained a bit, but... we will explain it, but activating this ability, I mean, we can say you can detect and remove traps on items, and also look around to see, look around to search traps on the ground, let's say. That would be the idea. So one ability is doing all of this. Now we need to think. I mean, there is a bit of work to do before that works, but so if this is an ability which is connected to this, and this ability always have the same number, 261, I think we can, because we are receiving in PS character the full list of abilities, right? We are receiving abilities. We are receiving no, I think we are receiving it on player controller. We are receiving it on player controller. Abilities, receive skill abilities on client. Yes, it is the function that is sending from the server to the client all the abilities, right? And I don't know what is this, but anyway, I think it's a leftover of a printout. But there is receiving all the abilities. Yes, yes. And these abilities are then sent where? Are then sent to this guy, and this guy is sending it to this guy, and this guy is doing what? He's setting the text. Fuck, we don't have the ID. No, the ID is this one. Yes. But wait. Set ability data. Yeah, what we are searching for is this ability data. Because this ability data is skipping. Yeah, we have the ID, and this ID will be the 261. So you know what we can do? I mean, it's not perfect, but what we can do, we can basically flag the fact that this guy can detect traps through his skill set. But you know, guys, the problem now is that it's late. It's more than midnight, and I really need to go. But anyway, thanks for watching, and thanks also for the raid. Really, if you are interested in the game, you can click on follow on Twitch, will be very appreciated. And if you can also subscribe on YouTube, that would be nice. And that's free. But if you want to do the extra mile, apart from the just do it guy, you can go on Patreon, which is patreon.com/planeshift. And you can join and get access to the game. So you can access the game right now if you are a Patreon. And support us. Why not? Why not? Let me see if we can raid someone, because we have people from the raid, so we are carrying you on to the next developer. And you can join and get access. There is a developer here. Let me see if he's actually doing Unreal or not. Fuck. There is advertisement, so we will know in a second. Let me see if someone else is doing Unreal. We are doing Unreal. This guy is playing Call of Duty despite Unreal. This one is playing as well. Playing. I guess the only one that is really working on Unreal is this guy. Potato Game Dev. Potato Game Dev. It's pretty good. Should we write this guy? He has one viewer. Let me see what he's doing.
Wait.
Is he active or is not active? I think he's not active. I think is a print. Is a screenshot. He's not moving. He's not moving. This guy also is not here. GG. Is someone developing an active? This guy. This guy is developing an active. But he's using Blender. He's not doing Unreal. Who do we raid? Who do we raid? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, if this guy was active... Okay, let's raid this guy. If he's active, good. If he's not active, we don't care. We will raid this guy, okay? We will raid that guy. So if you want to raid with me...
So, wir wollen backen, ne? Dachte ich.
If you want to raid with me... just go to Twitch TV/planeshift. Some of you are already there. But anyway. And I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow evening I will be here. We can continue this development. So thanks for watching. And we go for the raid, so don't leave. Check what this other guy is doing. Say hello. Bye bye. Assuming that he's active.